So we just dropped Facebook. Because I think that's where like 99.9% of our problems come from. So we're going to basically see if this fixes that. Let me see if I can fix this in the meantime. Get rid of the other live streams here. Let's get rid of that and that. Let's delete. So, what we did was we dropped Facebook because that's where our problem lies. So we'll put this on Facebook later, but for whatever reason, Facebook changes their algorithm all the time, and then the live stream has trouble with the multi-stream service. So that said, just to highlight, today we're going to cover some of the benefits of the upgrade or the new machines. Yeah, for whatever reason, Facebook ruins it. And so it's so funny because we have a lot of people on YouTube that are like, I don't use Facebook. And then I have a lot of people on Facebook that are like, I don't use YouTube. I wish they could all use YouTube. So, anyways,
make it easier.
The only highlight for the store is we remain about 2 weeks out on service for sewing machines. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's better to bring me your machines in like September, early October than it is to wait until everything's a mess in the middle of the holidays. So I have started to see some of those machines show up this week. It worked really well the last time because I think everybody did it last year. And so it worked really, really well because we didn't have the like 3 weeks to a month in November and December that we had last year. And we actually went into our break between Christmas and New Year's feeling really good about it. So long story short, we are closed this weekend as well. So we will be open today and tomorrow, closed literally at 4 p.m. tomorrow. We are shutting it down, giving Jeannie an entire 3-day weekend. You can communicate with us via email. Jeannie's out of the store today. So if you need to communicate with Jeannie, communicate via email, or better yet, figure it out. Jeannie would be so mad that I just said that.
Yeah, she would.
But left y'all a message at the store the other day. I want to order a couple of parts. And I think I need to get your... I did get your message, Christy. The last couple of days, quite frankly, have been crazy. And I haven't had a chance to call you back. So let me look back through my messages and I'll call you back because I need to get your, or maybe you already did that. I think Jeannie maybe said that she had communicated with you about the thing that you got there. So without further ado, because we have a class at 10:30, let's go ahead and cover some of these features. And the reality is we don't have time to cover all of them. So where's our little list? Like,
there's the list.
This is the list of everything that's added. Okay, so we haven't talked to you. All right, well, I'll make sure to get in touch with you today. So, I mean, it's a long list. And not to be dismissive, but there's a lot of added stuff like built-in fonts, large decorator fonts. Under the decorative stitches and buttonholes, they've added new buttonholes, new flourishes, 2 different types of eyelets, 50 new embroidery designs. Some of these numbers are a little different between Babylock and Brother, but pretty much everything we cover functionality-wise will be the same. Susan, I have no idea. That's a question for Jeannie. Like she had a nativity fabric kit cut out, didn't she?
Yes.
That may be something that we're cutting in the store. If there's a box set available, we will be buying those in the box set. But I just have no idea. There's a new My Stitch monitor app. That's similar to the Luminaire and Solaris,
Yeah,
right? So you can actually walk away and
It's like a
and
baby
find
app
that.
for your machine. It's like a baby monitor.
I mean, matrix copy, is that unique
That's
to the
cool.
machine?
It is. We have it in software. I've not seen it on a machine yet.
So that's something that you're not even going to find on the Luminaire and Solaris. Next week, Cindy, I'll be notifying everybody when I start to send those out. And then there's a bunch of stuff that we're not going to cover today. Not that they're not important, but just because there's too much to cover in a short period
really
of time.
We'll be covering most of it in the class.
So it'll all be covered in the class.
Yes.
So, and that, in my mind, is the number one reason to buy from us because of those classes. Because, like, I mean, God, you look at the Luminaire Solaris upgrade classes.
That's an all-day class. That's
Well,
how much stuff was on it.
Yeah, well, and not just that, but I mean, how many people have we taught that class to that didn't buy their upgrade class?
Yeah, a lot.
And so, I mean, it's just one of those things where nobody else has this curriculum because this one over here.
Oh, who was that? Me. Okay.
I keep hitting the mic and it makes a bad bang. Okay, I will do my best not to do that. So there's a lot to cover. So we're just gonna jump right in. I am going to move this to this. We're gonna pull this.
Look at that.
Pull this down. I don't know if we can get this down. Can you still touch the screen?
Yes.
If we are
I can touch the screen at all kinds of odd angles.
down here.
Yes.
So if we were gonna pick our favorite, what would your favorite new feature be?
So first of all, I want to say that when I first opened the upgrade and saw, or the machine and saw the upgrade, I'm like, oh wow. If you believed me when I told you they gave us more in upgrade 3 for the Luminaire and Solaris than they've ever given us before, you can believe me again now that they've given you more in this upgrade than I've ever seen in an upgrade before. But probably one of my favorite, it's called 2-point embroidery positioning function, and that one's one that's really kind of fun to see. Can we point the camera down here for a moment?
Course.
So this is like, in addition to your snowman marker, you're going to have a new way to also position. So let's say that I'm going to just bring up my name. So I saved it into the pocket. And let's say that I hooped terribly crooked, as is evident by this line that's sideways. There's a new 2-point function on there. When I go to embroidery, from my drop-down menu, I have a new icon, and this is 2-point embroidery positioning. So when I touch that icon, it's kind of like the snowman, but not. So you can choose to position from the center of the design, the center of your name. You can choose to position on the line from the bottom. If you touch a different corner, it moves it. We're just going to go with the default for now. So I'm going to select next. And it's asking me, is this number 1? Is that where I want to put the first position? And I'm going to say, well, yes, it actually is. So if you look down here, now I have my LED pointer, and I'm going to use my arrow keys to bring that LED pointer to that first mark. Let's go faster. As you get closer, you might want to slow down a little bit.
And keep in mind, this is demonstration purposes, but we will be, doing this where you're going to be able to see all of the buttons and everything that Michelle was doing.
So number 1, that's my first position. That's what I just placed. And I'm going to select next. And it's going to give me that box again because now it wants to position number 2. And if you look over here, now my embroidery positioning, it's all right. As long as you don't get hair stuck in it, we're good. Then I'm going to move that up. Because remember, I'm positioning something that's on a straight line, but my straight line is on an angle. All right, so now I positioned the second dot. All right, so wait for the magic. Watch this. Voila, poof. It automatically positioned my name. And if you look where the crosshair, it might be kind of tiny, but there's a green crosshair there right in front of the H, and that's exactly where it's going to start stitching. So
it stitches from the middle out.
No, it's where it's positioning from the middle here of the line. Yeah,
gotcha.
The middle of the name. No, it's going to sew out just the same as it normally would. It's going to start at one end
with the end and
then
go to the other. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So that to me is a fabulous addition to have yet one more way besides the app to position.
And even a little bit faster because you don't have to take the hoop out of the machine. You don't have to take the picture, transfer
no
the
picture.
design.
Yeah, no picture, no app. Just
gotcha. And this is, we think it's on the 6 needle, but it is
definitely not on anything else.
It's not on anything else. So this is exclusive to the XE, XJ2, the upgraded Stellaire machines, the Altair and Meridian upgrades, and Altair and Meridian 2s.
Yes,
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the other thing that I think is really cool is the Stellaire and the Altair have always given you the option of being able to add stippling right within around your design, right within the editing screen. Without having to go to Design Center. But what's nice now is in addition to just getting stippling, you also have echo quilting and access to all of the patterns that are in Design Center. So this is what you normally would have would just be stippling.
Well, and they added a number of new patterns.
They did. So when you go and you look at the pretty patterns in this folder. Come on. If you go down, you'll notice you have a lot more now than you had before. You have 30 designs now. They gave you 15 new ones.
Can you skew and offset the same way you do?
Yeah, it's really cool. So if I decide I want to do the bricks, and so I add the bricks, and then I can actually make that bigger or smaller. I think I can skew them in Design Center. I don't know that I can skew them from this screen.
Gotcha.
But then you can, if you just want something really quick and down and dirty, you can do it right here on your editing screen, so you don't have to exit and go back.
And it fills outside of the design.
It fills outside of the design.
It'll do that with built-in and in imported designs?
Yes, if the embroidery designs can be built in, the embroidery designs can be imported. So if you have a favorite CD or USB that you like that has baby quilt designs and you want to throw baby quilt together really quick with some stippling and quilting, this is the way to do it because you can just pick the hoop size, which is going to kind of keep that square within the area that you want it to be sized, and all of them would be sized equally. So you can just plug and play.
Gotcha. And then is that are there any features exclusive to the Stellaire and the Altair and Meridian and that kind of stuff, or is this more stuff?
No, this is actually a feature that's found on the Luminaire.
On the Luminaire.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
so I mean, we really give some
high-end
features. Yeah,
features.
Very
Gotcha.
high-end features. So, and then again, the other thing, one of my favorites is couching, and you got it. You got the couching and embroidery. You never had it on the Stellaire to begin with. Now you have both the accent patterns, but the alphabet. The alphabet is amazing because you can use that to do patches with. So where you see chenille letters and stuff like this is so close to a chenille letter, but yet it has enough of a difference to it.
Well,
and
it's three-dimensional.
It's three-dimensional, and you
obviously
can size it.
Well, and like different yarn, different strings can give you different
Absolutely.
kind of features.
Yeah. So stippling, and then one more that's my favorite that I've been playing with is you got 50 new designs. Part of the 50 new designs were designs that you could connect. So it means that you have a connection point. You can use your snowman sticker. You can use your scan function in your app to match. But they are continuous. They have a connection point at each end. So you can do like edge-to-edge quilting.
Like edge-to-edge.
Yeah.
But so what makes this different from edge-to-edge like you're finding in the Luminaire and Solaris?
Well, this design is similar to one we use in the Luminaire and the Solaris. What's different in the Luminaire and the Solaris is that it actually prompts you to match the next one.
Gotcha.
Because it has the projector.
Do you have the same ability to skew?
You can skew them. What doesn't happen on the Stellaire that does is when you get to you have to plan it on how much space you have, because it's not going to give you the icon that says, okay, do I need to squash the last one a little bit or squash that? Yeah, you won't have that. But here's what I love about this is most designs don't fill an entire area. This was an 8x8 hoop. So in the past, when I've had designs like this that are supposed to connect, once I connected them, there was like a lot of wide open spaces there. It wasn't enough quilting for me. So this actually has quite a bit of quilting in it. So I think it looks more to me like something I might do on a long arm machine than something I have done on my embroidery machine.
Gotcha.
So that's what kind of makes it fun, I think.
And how many of these designs?
Well, this one, there's two. There's two that you can use, but the procedure.
But like every time I hear that, I'm like, okay, so there's two, so they'll add more.
But they'll add more. Or if you have a favorite quilting design already, like OESD has some amazing quilting designs that I love to fill with. This gives you an additional way to actually match them up when you rehoop.
Oh, so you can do this with imported designs.
Yes, you can do it with imported as well. So it gives you an additional method of matching it up or connecting.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, I always liked the Stellaire anyway, but this one it's hard not to love it. It really is.
You know, it's funny because it's not that. I thought the Stellaire and the Altair and the Meridian machines were. I used to always tell people that they didn't replace the Destiny or the Dream machine because there were features that were missing.
Yes, there were, but now most of them are
here.
Most of them are here.
The machines do significantly more than those.
Exactly,
machines did.
And you know what? I loved my Dream machine too, but there's been so much improvement in the technology between my Dream machine and the Stellaire that I hate.
It's so much faster.
It's so much faster. I'd hate to miss out on this, you know?
Right.
And it's so close, but yet better. And the new cosmetics. I love the new cosmetics.
The
silver.
It's silver.
The silver. I love the cosmetics.
I'm a big fan of blue.
I did love it. Blue. It's we used to refer to it as Brother Blue. Everything had Brother Blue on it. But in all honesty, I love the new cosmetics. I love the new cosmetics on the Luminaire. I love them on the Stellaire as well.
So, just really quickly, and I'm just looking at your list here. So other Luminaire and Solaris features.
So can I mention, this is Jeannie's.
Yeah, go for it.
So this was Jeannie's favorite, and that's Matrix Copy. So what this has on it, and if you've taken my software class, you know what Matrix Copy is. It means you have one, and then you can fill the hoop with them. So I started out with one built-in letter, put a frame around it, and used the Matrix Copy to fill the entire hoop with the same one. So you can use it. These can be like a hang tag or on a pair of scissors or something. You can use it for a patch. On a larger scope, if you wanted to make 4 flowers of the same flowers on a bigger piece of fabric, you can use the Matrix Copy on that too. I have not tested if it works with purchase designs. That's on my list. I'm assuming that it does. Everything else
the process
does.
Is the same. Yeah. Is that something we can display on the screen?
Let's see.
Is that fast enough to do during the?
I'm just gonna do one small. Let's just do the bunny. So if I take the bunny and I set the bunny, then one of my editing features under the 9 patch is now I have Matrix Copy. So it'll just fill the entire screen with bunny rabbits.
So,
based on
and
whatever
it's
hoop.
also doing it in a way where it doesn't interfere.
Yes.
And it looks like you can increase spacing.
You can
and will
space them.
it'll automatically change numbers.
So as I add more space, like I had to add more space to add the hang tags. So you just add space until you have the space that you want.
I think it's classy too, Lynn. That's why,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start saying stay classy. A1
But yeah.
vacuum and sewing watches.
Yeah, but so this was one of Jeannie's. This little project will be part of the class, and this was Jeannie's idea to be able to make something that you can hang with a back and a front on it, and just using the built-in shapes and one of the built-in letters.
Gotcha.
And then here's the hand look quilting stitch. So this is something that really does not get enough love. It was on the Luminaire and Solaris in Upgrade 1. And every time I show it, people are like,
mimics
it
the
mimics
sashiko.
hand quilting or sashiko. So in this case, the upper thread is actually monofilament or clear thread. The bottom thread, the bobbin thread, is embroidery thread. So depending on which stitch length you select, it pulls the bobbin thread up from the back to the front to create the stitch. So
So Cindy asks, can we do that for the Mickey Mouse?
Do what? Matrix
the Matrix copy.
Let's.
Will that work on the copyrighted designs?
I don't know. We're gonna see.
And that's exclusive to this machine. That's not found on the Luminaire.
No.
The Solaris,
The Matrix
right?
copy is not there. The Matrix copy, I'm going to try to find something small. That should be small enough.
That looks like it'll work.
Looks like yes. Looks like the answer is yes. Look at even their tails connect.
Oh, that's funny.
So yes, apparently you can use it on the Disney designs as well. You could still make a patch out of it. You could still, I think the more that's built in on the machine, the more fun you can have just on the machine. I'm kind of a software gal. I love software, but I also love being able to do things like this right on my machine without having to get my laptop out.
So, and then last but not least, what is the no-sew setting?
Oh, I
People
love.
have made a big deal out of that, and I don't know if I totally understand it.
So in the no-sew setting, you get to select what parts of a design do not sew. So I'm just going to grab a letter here, and this works with purchased as well as what's built in.
Oh, so you can like skip part of a design.
Exactly, but you can also fill it with something else.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And
So
is that something you can do on any other machine that you're
the
aware of?
Luminaire and the Solaris,
So they have that.
they
feature
have
as
no sew,
well.
and the 6-needle.
The 6-needle.
Six needle
okay.
has it. All right. So essentially, I am just going to go down the line, and I'm going to get rid of everything that is not the outline of my letter. So here's what I have left, and you can see it doesn't change it permanently. It just changes it for this application. So now I'm down to this. If I wanted to just send that over to Design Center, then I could actually recall it from Design Center and fill inside just this part of the letter.
Gotcha. Now, so the outline it showed was the outline of the
Yeah.
D, not the interior.
Yeah, so on-
Would you have to
in Design
go
Center,
and, like,
yeah.
actually change that?
So
in Design
the
Center?
difference between the Luminaire and this one is that in the Luminaire you have the option to select it to do the inside, but for a letter like this it's a quick fix. You just take your little pencil, you draw a line that's going to block it, and just touch with the fill and make it something else.
Gotcha.
Which we do we do a demo of that in the upgrade class. I mean, it's really a fun feature. It's nice. It's nice for purchase designs as well.
So, and I mean, there's a lot that we didn't cover, but there's not enough time to cover. See, it's okay that I do that to you, because if I did that for me, it would show my bald spot.
Alrighty then.
So how long do you expect this class to be? I know that you've been actively working on
Yeah,
this
I've been
a bunch,
actively working on it. I think it's going to be like maybe 3.5 hours. So in the course of the
Is
class,
there a big kit involved, or is the like big supply list?
Nope.
Okay.
Just a few things.
So it's probably going to be somewhere in the like $40 range for people
Yes,
that
if you haven't
you
purchased,
didn't purchase from us.
If you didn't purchase from us, it's going to be somewhere around the $40 range, I would expect. And at this point, I don't foresee any kit involved because there's no kit involved in the upgrade 3 class. They
Right.
kind of do their own thing. So
Gotcha. So once again, big advantage of purchasing the upgrades through us. We do have special pricing on the Stellaire upgrades. You basically get $50 back if you purchase online. So if you haven't bought your upgrade yet, and this looks exciting, if you buy the upgrade from us, you not only receive a $50 credit back at that $6.99 price, but you're also going to get the class for free. Same is true for Babylock, and I've made some arrangements so that you guys can get your Babylock upgrades through an authorized dealer, but still get your class from us. So for those of you on the Babylock side, you can always reach out to the store, and the number at the store is 775-852-2323. And what is the time frame on the class? Like people are getting their upgrades.
Yeah,
so.
they're getting their upgrades. I was waiting until they had that little glitch on the update fixed on the website.
I mean, so we're like almost ready.
Oh yeah, I'm almost ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just waiting so that everybody that purchased an upgrade can upgrade their machine and be ready.
So Cindy, the reality is enough people, we'll have delivered enough upgrades. So if anybody was not watching, was it Tuesday that I talked about the glitch?
Yeah.
So, and I haven't looked to see if Babylock is caught up to Brother. And if you missed this, I'll just cover it again really faster. And so I'm going to answer that too, Karen. I just wanted to make sure we didn't exit what we were talking about here. They were finding with people that had stuff saved in memory, or with people that were saving stuff in memory, that the machines were glitching and restarting. Very similar to what we saw with the Luminaires and the Solarises after the last upgrade. I can't say this with certainty because they have not said to me that this is what is happening, but I believe what is happening is that the machines do not cleanly clear these very large upgrades out of memory, and the machines are running out of memory in operation, and then they're restarting. And so if that is happening to anybody locally, bring me your machine. I can fix that. We can basically erase everything in memory. And it's different when we do it in diagnostics than when you do it at home. But that will fix that problem. Brother very aggressively took down the upgrade or the update for the upgrade. And they are fixing it, and then they're going to re-upload it. My expectation is you'll probably see Babylock do something similar, or they may just roll through and kind of change it later. Maybe you'll see 2.03 or whatever it is, because I think it was actually up to 2.02 by the time they pulled that down. We've been told to expect that around the 4th. So that's Monday, give or take a couple of days. So the reality is enough people next week will have received their upgrades that we're just going to start teaching this class, because we're going to limit it to what, like 10, 12?
Yeah, usually
15?
10, 8 to 10.
So, so don't worry. If you haven't gotten your upgrade yet, you'll be able to get into a class. And this, unlike the Luminaire, I mean, we sold, I think, 180 Luminaire and Solaris upgrades. It took a long time to get through those.
Yeah,
people.
the class will be repeated, so don't.
So
as like
yeah,
all
we're
of them,
going to be doing this frequently
it'll be recorded
until we get to everybody.
Yeah,
so
it'll
don't
be
freak
recorded.
out. If you're not in the first class, it's
Don't
not
freak.
that big of a deal. You can get in the next class. If you're not in that class, you'll get in the next class. And the reality is, our expectation is to deliver somewhere around 50 of these things. So it's going to take 5 or 6 classes to get through with everybody. Now, it's a free class, and we have a problem with free classes, and that people don't show up. You get 2 shots at this one. And this is literally what we had to do with the Luminaire and Solaris upgrade classes. We had people that weren't showing up time and time and time and time again.
Because
we
it's
can't
free.
keep adding classes so that you can decide when you're going to show up. So if something comes up, we're always going to be understanding about that. But you're basically going to get 2 shots. Like, we'll reschedule you once. If you don't make it the second time, you've got the recordings.
And that's
we're not going to reschedule you the third time, because it costs us money every time we do this. And this is like Jeannie, if Jeannie was here, would probably be like, well, don't, like...
Yeah, I'm not going to do that, though.
But the reality is, this is going to be how it works.
Yeah.
So if you schedule yourself for the class, do your best to be there. If something really comes up, we're always going to understand that. But what happened to us last time was we had people that didn't show up 6, 7, 8 times, and we're just not going to keep adding classes. If it gets to that point, you can pay to take the class. And then if you don't show up, it's on you. But like, we're just going to establish that now so that you know that's how it's going to work. It's not at your convenience. It costs us money to do these classes. It costs Michelle time and energy to do these classes. So that is that. And then if you can't do it during the day, I haven't followed all the questions. Karen is exactly right. Let me just try to answer a couple of questions, and then I got to get to work because this went long and she's got a class to do.
Yeah.
And if you need to do stuff to get ready for your class,
I did it last night.
So your feed dog lower button looks like a staple with a dotted line coming out of it on your primary sewing screen. That's your free motion setting. That'll drop your feed dogs. Can I purchase the class to watch later? Absolutely. You can purchase the class. If you're not able to take the class, you can always watch the recorded version later. However, if that is your plan, please let us know.
Yeah, can I
Because, yeah.
So when I send out the link the night before the class, I've tried to make it so that everybody can understand, because sometimes Zoom's a little confusing. The Zoom class will always be recorded. I'll send the invitation out that says, please let me know if you are going to be in attendance. Attendance does not mean that you're going to watch the video later. Attendance means that when I open Zoom, I'm going to see your little face in the box. But if you're planning on watching the recording later, that's fine. Just let us know, because I need to know how many live bodies are going to be in the class. If we schedule you for a class and it's a maximum of 8 people and 3 of you aren't even going to be in the class, you're going to be watching the recording later.
We can schedule
more
people.
we can put 3 more people that are actually going to be there if all you're going to do is watch the recording. So please, when I send the invitation out the night before, it'll say Jeannie's name on it because it comes through Jeannie's calendar. But please respond that yes, I'm going to be there. No, I'm just going to watch the recording.
So yeah, I think that answers that question. You can always watch them later. It's one of the things that I think everybody loves about the Zoom classes.
I love Zoom for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can zoom in close to something and show it really close. It's the perfect platform for this. So,
timing on upgrades, and I will say this, and Jeannie's not here to be like, I told you so. So, brother is looking for our upgrades. So, you saw Jeannie's and my interaction yesterday. And one of those things was around whether or not the upgrades were here. Long story short, everything showed up but the upgrades. And then when I talked to my rep, my rep was like, no, they should have all been together. And then as we were kind of dealing with that, it appears that they may be struggling to find our upgrades. I'll have an update on that soon, but they should be basically early next week sometime, and we will figure that out. I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, there's a lot more in the upgrade. There's a lot more stitches, a lot more designs, a lot more stuff. And it's funny because I always joke that, like, you're not really paying for stitches in these upgrades. You're paying for features and technology.
Yeah, but this time you
and
got
stuff
50
like that.
New designs.
So, there is a lot more to cover in these upgrades, but the reality is, the important stuff is the technology that we tried to cover with you today. If you're interested, you haven't gotten yours yet, you know how to reach us. Once again, the store number 775-852-2323. And have a great day. We'll see you ladies tomorrow. We'll have some kind of great giveaway. And then we're looking forward to our long weekend.